One UI 8 is here. I've just installed it on my Galaxy Z Flip 6. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel, and this is an exclusive. We have just picked up, somehow, One UI 8 and have installed it on our Flip 6. I haven't even loaded it up yet. We're going to go through in real time what the changes are and sort of do a quick side-by-side to One UI 7 to see what we can look forward to. Now, I'm not expecting too much here in terms of anything sort of too advanced, especially as a lot of the big features will likely launch with the flagship foldables towards the back end of the year. And what we'll probably see from this version of One UI 8 is some of the One UI 7 stuff that the full version of One UI 7 didn't get on the 2024 flagship phones. But let's dive in and sort of see what we've got to look forward to. Hit the start button. So we've got Galaxy AI, and we'll go down, and immediately I can see the now brief. Great start. We'll go into that in a moment. Go into next. Now it's still got the quick panel and the notifications from One UI 7 here. We'll just see if there's any subtle changes though. All right, let's go to see what's new in the tips. Oh, tips probably isn't even active yet for this. So let's go to home and we're in. So here is One UI 8. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud before One UI 7's even finished rolling out. So notifications are still here. Quick panel is still there. It doesn't look like there's anything different about this quick panel function. Can't see DeX on here, so it doesn't look like DeX is going to be on the Flip at least with One UI 8. Not to worry, DeX will still absolutely be a thing on the phones that support DeX currently. But everything else in here looks about the same. If we go into the edit and maybe into panel settings, there's still nothing different about that. This kind of still looks as it already has done. And it doesn't look like you can remove anything. I know people were probably hoping for that, but at least now hasn't changed. But this is separate, so that's not one block. Nice. Swiping up, you'll see a vertical scroll for the app drawer, which again, I've already had before. Doesn't seem to be anything different there. Now, our team have kind of had a bit of a look at this already, and we know where a couple of the changes are. So if we go into the settings and into Galaxy AI, the first thing we do know of is that the now brief is there. So the now brief that wasn't in One UI 7 for S24 and for Fold and for Flip is here. So it seems like as well, it's probably going to function in the exact same way that Now Brief does on the Galaxy S25. So because it's only just been set up, there will be no information realistically to go through, but I can go and add the widget in just to take a bit of a look. So there it is there. And then the Now Brief is launched and you can hit start now. And there's the Now Brief running in One UI 8 on the Galaxy Z Flip 6. Now there's another thing that we have found and discovered that in the camera, so if we launch the camera, and this is obviously the One UI 7 redesign. Oops. So if I go into this little section here that's given me an instruction, one thing that apparently is here now on One UI 8 for the Flip is log video. So if I go to settings and go to advanced video options, you will see log video for pro video mode and pro video modes. Awesome news. I think what I want to check though is how if you hit prioritize saving space, okay, that still has log and that's still there. I for one am very pleased to see log video on the Z Flip 6, which means it'll be on the Fold 6 and the Fold Special Edition as well, just because of the way that the flex mode nature of the foldable will mean that when you are taking sort of video with that log, you can sort of see the toggle for log there. Gives you like a real cinematic or tripod-like feel because it's got this tripod effect. Love it. Another thing I'm really curious to test is single take. Single take on One UI 7 on the S25 series has that pre-recording, but it doesn't seem like they've added it here to the Flip with One UI 8. So it seems like the S25 will be the only one to have the single take pre-recording function. Now, the other sort of changes is to do with the UI, and there's a couple of apps that we've kind of narrowed it down to. First is My Files. We'll see a bit of a different look for My Files, and when we open up My Files on One UI 7, we'll absolutely see that difference. You can see it's a much more reduced sort of list or tiles versus what's here on the S25 Ultra. That's a big tiles versus small little ones. It's a very subtle change, but seems to be where they'll be heading with One UI 8 with terms of design. And I think gallery was the same. So if I go into gallery here and in that menu section, you can see the difference there between the menu on One UI 8 and the menu on One UI 7. We can boost that up a little bit there. There we go. So it's very different. There's just sort of seems everything's a bit more organized instead of its own way, as opposed to just stacked there together. I think I like this. We'll see if there's any difference in the settings, and we'll especially see if there's any difference in the labs. So if I go into Gallery Labs, so there's some extra stuff for One UI 7 that I can see in here, like a search tab or mirror screen mode and viewer. Not sure. I haven't got that yet here on this one. Curious to see the gallery version 15.6. And this one was 15.7, I think it was. Yeah, 15.7. And the last thing that was different that we noticed, at least in our time with it, a very short time with it so far, is quick share. If I go here and go to quick share, there's a way that you can sort of press on it and it goes into this new, faster file sharing. So you can receive the files more easily. When you have the receive tab open, your device will be temporarily visible. It's a bit different to putting it to everyone for 10 minutes only. It's just like almost like a temporary thing that you can switch on here. I'll show you in a minute. And then send and receive files in the app as well. So if I go to continue, you can see you've got receive and you've got send. So you can actually select files from here with quick share as opposed to needing to go into each individual app. You can just do it straight from here to do I haven't got anything, so it won't work. And then receiving files, same thing. It'll be temporarily visible to everyone. As you can see, you can kind of change that there, but then in here, it's always going to be visible. But you've got the receive and the send. I do like the interface, and I like that as well. One thing I'll check, because for some reason I haven't got it working, is nearby devices. Go through the setup, turn this on over here, allow. Yep, would love to be able to get that to work. No, still can't work. So this is One UI 8. We have the new software here from One UI 8. I should turn on gesture notifications so it's not the home button. Where are we? Gesture navigation bar. Swipe gestures. Done. So in terms of animations, they look about the same to One UI 7. I might just go into advanced features because that's a good menu to normally look at, especially for foldables, to see what we've got here from labs. Allow apps on cover screen. All apps. Oh, apps allowed. That's always been there. Look, it's very early in the One UI 8 life cycle. If anything, it's like too early because there's only subtle refinements and a couple of features that's already existed in One UI 7 that have been added in, plus the new quick share function. But it's here. One UI version 8, Android 16. So this should give you some confidence, especially after our video the other day, that Samsung are working to bring this out a lot faster than normal. This is not, I guess, a public beta. This is probably an internal version that we now have to show you, but it's here and it's exciting. And yeah, let's look forward to what One UI 8 brings in the near future. Hit subscribe for that. I'm sure it'll be a while before it officially drops, but at least you got an early look, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.